Hello and welcome. Not many people know that Swiss Re, one of the world's largest reinsurance companies, has a large base in India. It's been around for almost 2 decades, it's 18 years, and has almost 1,200 people plus working on ground and trying to solve some very, very complex problems for Swiss Re globally. And this is also the story for many global captive centers in India or global capability centers in India. So let's understand how India can play a more important role when it comes to combining those knowledge, skills and capabilities and delivering them in some ways, maybe through layers, to global customers. I'm joined by Amit Kalra, the Managing Director of Swiss Re's Global Business Services Center in India. Amit, thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you for
so
having
Amit,
me.
tell us, so that's really my question as well. So if you look back and say that if we've acquired so many skills in your world and knowledge and capability and understanding with so many people and therefore so many man years, what does that mean today on a daily basis?
So we had a very interesting journey since last 19 years. So we have evolved from shared center to what we call ourselves as a business solution center. So Swiss Re is a global risk knowledge company. We are the market leader in the reinsurance sector, and Swiss Re Bangalore, almost at 10% of the organization, is building the best-in-class capabilities across the entire reinsurance value chain. So we're not really into BPM or tech space, but we call ourselves as more of a business capability center. So that's our value proposition.
Right. And how does that play out in terms of, if you had a Swiss Re structure today, I mean, how is this plugging into what's going on in the Swiss Re universe on a daily basis?
So if we really look at
let me elaborate on that.
Sure.
For instance, in some case, some companies you could be performing more of an R&D function, for instance, or doing stuff which is really more future. So and how does it work in your case?
So again, I'll go back to that microcosm thing. So if we really talk about the entire reinsurance value chain, it starts from business development to actuarial to risk management to underwriting. Then we have finance, technology. Now for us, if we are building the capabilities, we are actually trying to align to our global enterprise. We are getting closer to the business, right? So for us, it's more about building the technical capabilities, building the thought leadership from our center, through which we can actually have more of the business impact and value creation, right? So which means that we are able to attract best of the talent, even from the primary insurance sector or even the global talent pool, and this talent is actually acting as more of an incubator talent pool for the rest of the organization. So as we are doing that, we are becoming more of like a global organization. So we don't really differentiate that, Swiss Re Bangalore is distinct, has its own different culture, but it is very much integral to Swiss Re as a group, as an organization. And when it comes to the priorities, the business focus, what we want to do, there is a lot of collaboration, alignment, and more of like a shared purpose that we set ourselves, and then that's what we are actually pursuing.
Right.
And from the journey from here upon is more about transformation. Since we have most of the business functions which are actually based out of Bangalore, we are now looking at building more technology, finance capabilities in addition to that, so that we complete the entire value chain together, which would mean that through cross collaboration, we can actually drive more value, we can leverage innovation. We are also playing on the tech theme from an organizational standpoint. We are trying to drive the culture of this innovative mindset, and what does it really mean to new client solutions, optimization of our current processes, and so on. So basically, it's a very wider perspective.
Right. And you're also trying to work with the startup ecosystem and integrate with that. Tell us about what you've been doing there.
So 3-4 years ago, we actually initiated with InsurTech Accelerator, which was India's first startup accelerator, and we wanted to leverage the tech capabilities which were prevalent in the Indian ecosystem. So we had our business capabilities within our center and technology ecosystem which was fast developing in India. So we said, how can we actually integrate together? So with the accelerator, we went with certain technology themes, scouted for startups not just from India but across the world, and then mentored them, worked with them to identify, okay, what could be the business topics where we can work together. So we ran it successfully for a couple of years, and post that we actually transformed that initiative to more of an open innovation initiative. So as a global Swiss Re organization, We have a tech strategy which has 4 components, select locations, and India is now one of the key locations when it comes to our global tech strategy. So that's where we are actually playing a role, leveraging this open innovation initiative, but again in a very strong global alignment across Swiss Re.
Right. And as you look ahead, what are the kind of people that you're looking for? I mean, what are the skills that you're looking for, and how does that play into what the needs of the marketplace are?
Sure. So in our case, we have the needs for the core insurance skill sets, where we are looking for qualified actuaries, underwriters, risk managers, and at the same time, we also have the need for new age talent pool from like data scientists, professionals, and so on. And we have to really marry it together, right? As I highlighted, for us, the transformation is key. So as we build more technical capabilities, we want people in our center to solve global problems, and not just solve problems, but also start identifying what could be the new avenues, new initiatives which can be pursued. And this can happen only if they have the right exposure, the right scope of the work, right? And sometimes it's a chicken and egg situation. Do you have the right talent, or do you have the right scope, right? So one of the strategy which we have adopted in our center is to hire for the future. So if we are already hiring experienced talent pool, and then when we start working on projects, that also creates opportunities, builds credibility to bring a higher scope of work in the center. Right. So as we pursue our transformation to what we call as a center of excellence, so then these will be the leadership capabilities which are not just about people management, but more around the thought leadership, personal leadership, which can be delivered from Bangalore.
Right, and that sounds fascinating. So, and as you look forward, so what are the 1 or 2 things that you're focused on and keep you excited in terms of the potential of all of this to transform into something much more transformational?
See, for us, scale is not the factor. So I mean, in a couple of years, we'll be 10% of Swiss Re organization. What we are focused is more on the scope. So to build an organization for the future where we can build career paths for the staff, where there is no glass ceiling, where there's no limitation. That it's not about just charting a career path within Bangalore, but the career path actually extends to the global Swiss Re organization. Taking on challenging global responsibilities. So we already have few roles where staff outside India are actually reporting into some of the senior colleagues in India. Yeah. So those kind of global roles, challenges, end-to-end responsibilities, and really making it as like a center of excellence, which means it's a go-to place, if you would like to work on certain projects, initiatives, or capabilities. And if we are able to build that acknowledgement, I think that would be wonderful. And that's something which really motivates to build that organization of the future. And that's a journey which we are in, and which will continue for next few years.
Right, that's a good note to end on. Thank you so much for speaking with us, Amit.
Thank you very much.